All right, guys. You know it's March 22nd, 322, and I knew that it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a real 322 without a hoax and a psyop on the people, little skull and bones action on the people, and so in Boulder, Colorado today, 7 people apparently were killed. In a supermarket there, and there's footage on TV, and guys, it looks like a hoax to me, as usual. We knew things were getting, a little bit quiet around the homestead. Nothing was really going on. They tried to inflame people with a couple of jogger murders, but, nobody was buying it. Nobody's buying it this year. So, people are tired of this shit. So, it's back to the well, Let's go back to the gun control stuff. Because this guy here, he had a couple of granddaughters in there, 12, 13-year-old girls. And, this guy killing 7 people, and they ask him how he feels about it, and what's the first thing he says? After he laughs and looks like a complete tool. He's just doing his act. And he asked for stricter gun control laws. Who asks for stricter gun control laws whenever their grandchildren are, in a psychiatric state of unknowing, and oh God, everything's up in the air, and they were just involved in a crazy shooting, a mass shooting casualty event, and he's asking for gun control laws out in front of the supermarket where everybody died. Guys, look at him laughing. Isn't it just great? It reminds me, all this that you have to do to Americans to try to get their guns from them. Common sense gun control laws. What are we doing here? Every week these shootings happen. Yeah, they sure do. In Chicago, in New York, in LA, Minneapolis. Yeah, these shootings happen all the time. Mass casualty events. But these fake, they never report them. That's how you know they're real. Excuse me. The ones that, look at this guy. Look at that. 666. These people never give up. They never stop. So what you're basically seeing with something like this, guys, is, in my opinion, from all the psyops that I've witnessed, and I've seen them all, over the years. Yeah, what they do is they film these things. They film these live action drills, okay? And the people are just crisis actors, of course. And, they're pretty at ease, They feel like it, whenever they're doing the interviews and whatnot, they tell them, hey, we're going to get on here. You're supposed to be the grandfather. You just tell the story, and then you bring up the gun control, and we'll film it a couple of times until you get used to it. You guys remember Sandy Hook? Well, there's video on YouTube. You can still find it if you want to, of that old man where those kids supposedly went. And there was 5 children after the massacre sitting on this guy's front lawn, and he went out there and took him into the house and gave him milk and cookies, and he was crying and he was asking for gun control. What kind of shit, man? The psyops they pull. 2,500% increase in mass casualty shootings after Obama did away with the Smith-Mundt Act and let psyops become possible for us on television. Let the CIA run psyops on the people and made it legal. And the first thing they did on 12/14/2012 was, Sandy Hook. Come on, guys. In the end, what we'll end up with, is an unarmed public, because there's too many cuckolds nowadays, isn't there? Too many of these white people and cowardly ass people. It just seems like to me that I see, Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It seems like a lot more people are going to be willing to say, oh yeah, we got to do away with guns. We can't have this every day. Yeah. And that's how they'll get us. It reminds me of the Port Arthur, in Australia, back in '96, when 35 people were supposedly killed by this guy with 25 headshots. Yeah. Come on. Guys. And then the strict gun laws, all semi-automatic weapons taken away from the people of Australia. And then they hit them with Africans and Arabs. And they can't defend themselves anymore. You see how this works, guys? How the takeover works? Get you fighting for all the scraps off the tables, And while you're busy fighting with everybody and fighting with your neighbor and fighting over snow and fighting over Joe Biden and fighting over Donald Trump and fighting over Black Lives and Antifas and all these fake ass shit, they erode your freedoms away from you, your God-given freedoms. No paper freedoms. And they take them away from you one by one. And people just demand it. And you got people screaming about masks and shit. It says right on the box that the masks are ineffective for anything. I told somebody in the line the other day I wasn't wearing my mask. And I said, hey, you know what, man? If you can smell a fart through that, don't you think that the COVID virus can go through the mask, man? Shut up about the mask. I'm not wearing it. So, you know, that's just the way things are, guys. This is how the world really works, isn't it? Just psyop after psyop after hoax after hoax. It's just, people are shut down to it, I guess. You know? They've shut their minds down to it. But it's getting too real, man. They're going to start the food shortages, the gas shortages, stock supply shortages of all types, all right? And they're going to clamp down with their military police, okay? Because people were calling for it last year, huh? We got to get our military in there to do something about this. The next big psyop that they pull and the black people get shot up. And they'll have it, you know, and it'll be out there again. And we'll start all this crazy shit again. Unreal. You know, I don't know. I think we all need to wake up to this before it's too late. You know, is it too late? I don't know, man. I'm asking. So I really don't know, guys. But, you know, it's been a couple of weeks since I've uploaded anything, of course. You know, I've been on the suspension. So bear with me on that, guys. You know, YouTube strikes me for older videos now, meaning that they can strike me for any of my videos. Because the video they hit me for the last time was mild compared to some of the other ones. So I'm just waiting on the other shoe to drop, man. But, you know, I'll be around. I'll make Jack Torrance 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. I'll keep making these. We'll just keep going about it. Playing cat and mouse with these people. But, anyway, guys, that's what I had for you tonight. 322. Hoax and psyops. Hey, like Dave said, nobody died, nobody got hurt. That ridiculous shooting in Boulder, Colorado. So don't come at me with any bullshit that it's true and my family died in there. No, they didn't. Don't lie. Okay? Just more and more hoaxes. It just seems like to me, you know, I'm getting near the time, right? Remember the Ides of March, I tell you guys. And then into February, then into, you know, tax season in April. This whole month between, you know, 13th, 14th, 15th of March, all the way through the 13th, 14th, 15th of April. That's their springtime, and that's their time, you know, when everything's alive and bloom. And that's whenever their death, murder, and mayhem starts in earnest every year, every single year. You know, you get a little heat in the air. People get tired of being cooped up. And, you know, the controllers know these things. Of course they do. They know how people are. They know more about us now than they ever have before. You know, they know continuously what you're doing all the time now because of the phone you have in your hand. And for those of you who don't, you know, I don't have a smartphone. Well, you know, what are you watching this on? You watching it on TV? Yeah, you know? Watch it through your fucking TVs. Samsung smart TVs, proven to have mics and cameras in them, okay? But anyway, you know, it is what it is, isn't it, guys? Let's get it together.